Hello and welcome back to Airline Tycoon Deluxe here on RawSlowGaming. So, last episode around we cleared the third mission, so next up is the fourth mission, and this will be New York, Rio and Tokyo. So let's dive right into it and see the mission briefing and check out what our mission for today will be. So let's hear the boss coming up here very shortly once we get to the manager's office right there.
The Federal Department of Aviation has advertised a prize for airports, which will interest you. It's about connecting several cities with a permanent route network. To be specific, we're talking about Rio de Janeiro, New York, Tokyo, Delhi, Johannesburg, and Moscow. There must be regular flights from 5 or 6 of these cities to London and back. This makes at least 10 routes altogether. And of course, these routes must be sufficiently booked. You need at least 20% capacity use on each route. I want us to get that prize, and not some other...
So this time around it's all about routes. So we won't see here how we will get on with this, but quite possibly or likely we're trying to set up routes here as best as possible. And what planes do we have then to our disposal? So I guess, or actually we should just go and check the routes here. So Moscow is one of the options here that we want to take. So now the question is, what should I rent first? So I think London to Moscow is definitely our route that we will rent, especially at the price. 6k per day, that's ridiculous actually. And makes a perfect starting point. So the rest of the routes are going to cost around 600 or 800k, I guess, and they are pretty much the white ones that we are trying to get. Don't know exactly if that are routes that we are able to use on our planes. I would guess not, but I might be wrong. So we still got Potsdam and Itterfield. So let's check out the planes here. So Potsdam consumption 3000 liters per hour. So that's not too bad. But Potsdam here is pretty much way worse actually, burning almost 13,000 liters per hour. Which is pretty darn bad. So we'll actually put in London Cairo and London Reykjavik here on Bitterfield, and after that we'll put in I guess we'll put in the routes here on London to Moscow on Bitterfield. Jesus Christ, that were not really what I meant to be doing. So, oh boy, there we go. And let's set this up a little bit fast, or fast and fast, but nice and methodical, or really, yeah, really smart, so to say. Trying our best. So something like that. And that were a little bit wrong, and this time around I guess we will definitely get trouble with gates, that we will need to have more gates at our disposal, but that is a little bit of a late game or a later game struggle. For now we'll do just like this. So actually have standard price, yeah. We'll have we can't have it at flight cost, with that will not really bring us in any money, but we can bring it down to, let's say, 400 just to try and get as many on the flight as possible. And we'll do the same here for, unfortunately I can't hold it down, so hopefully you won't hear me clicking away here to get down to 800 for the premium ticket. But we'll see. So London, Moscow, does this copy? Well, it kind of does, kind of doesn't. Really strange that it doesn't copy the expensive price, but alright. So we are halfway through the day here already, actually. So Potsdam then, what good would you be? We could of course put you on a major route. Don't know if that's really what I want to do, but we'll actually try it. We will likely run a loss here for quite the time, I would guess, but so we could put you on London JFK, but kind of think about taking to Johannesburg. Because I think that were one of the routes that were requested. Yeah. 6 routes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So the red ones are the asked for, so definitely going to take Johannesburg here. 20k per day. Well, we gotta enable it sooner or later, and we'll start with sooner here. Now, let's see here. What we will try to do as well here is pretty much up everything here to maximum. What we can. So we'll basically add in here to some basic runs here. So that should be 500k for Bitterfield, and for Potsdam. Yeah, this is going to be expensive, as said. We'll definitely run into a loss here pretty darn soon. But we'll see here. So London, Johannesburg, London. Yeah, not a free gate. So for this episode, or for this mission rather, it's all about the route. So that is what we're going to focus on, and doing it the best way we can. And as you see here, straight away we have gate trouble. And we don't want to have flights where they can't use a gate. The passengers don't really like that. Definitely can say that I don't like that myself. It's really the worst part about flying if you don't arrive at the gate. I hate remote stands badly, actually. So London, Johannesburg. So ticket price, flight cost, obviously we can't have it at that, but we'll lower it here a bit, down to, let's say, 1650 or something. Can't be bothered here with the clicking. Really frustrating, actually. So 1650 and 3500. And the other way around. No, not like that. 1650, yeah, 3. As I said, really irritating that this doesn't stack, so to say. like so, and then we'll get in. We'll actually try to hire more flight attendants here, so we could go up with up to 8. We'll hire anyone here that is decent salary for their evaluation. Very highly gifted, talented, gifted, above average, gifted, above average. So we will take talented here for 3k and 5k, very highly gifted, and very talented at 5.2k. And we'll put them all on. Yeah, they got automatically to Potsdam. So with that in, we can't do that much more at the moment. It's closed here on Saturday and Sundays on the advertising agency, but that is what we're going to look at next year to try and get our planes on here. But we are going into the red. Yeah, flight connections, so we already got the 2, and personnel highest of them all, and the same with planes. Image here at 0%, but that is what we'll start to work at here very shortly.
You have the following in your flight plan.
So we are definitely leading here very early on. Well, after one day, and that is no real surprise. The question is how we will bring in money, because we are going to lose money quite badly, as said. And yeah, actually, let's see here. Or the best way to check things out how you're doing is over here. Well, not the best, but one of them. So capacity use 0, and we got 1%. And someone else have actually taken up this route as well. So let's second check our aircrafts here, I guess, how we are doing in terms of fulfillment rate and everything like that. So we're running a loss of 140k, half full plane, 200k on the Johannesburg-London run. And we'll add in the last ones here. Copy that down. How are Bitfin doing? We have not started those flights yet, unfortunately. And we're taking a loss run here. So what we are going to try to do, I guess, is to get in as many flights as possible here, and then we got to get a new plane in so we can actually try to run some easy profitable flights. So I think that is actually all right. So let's see here. I said we are number 1 for that, so to say. As you see here, also the flight cost and the standard price have gone up for London to Johannesburg. So that means we could charge more money, but we can't really. Now the question is here, can I take out a bigger loan? Or I'm going to need to start taking out loans. The question is how much? 238k. Can't I loan more? I should probably have loaned more from the start. But I guess we'll take it just to sort of keep us floating. And we'll actually call it a day here. We can't do more with this little money. And we'll take it from there. Probably we'll run the days here quite fast. to try to bring in the cash. And we'll see how we will be going with that. And while we are going to the next day here, remember to smash that like button if you are enjoying this series, and also if you haven't done so yet but are enjoying this series, remember to hit that subscribe button so you're not missing out on any of the episodes that we upload daily here to RawSlowGaming, or at least try to. So 4 flight connections now for our airline, and we are well, we made a loss of around 200k yesterday. Fast calculator, so that should mean that we are doing better in terms of our flights here. Yeah, we are actually almost making a profit on this flight here, so that's pretty nice. So no free gate, like that, and we'll copy that. So how are we doing here? Should probably definitely up the price here. So we're using 54 and 0% here. And how are we on London to Moscow? 63% and 1% on route. Image 3% actually already on that one. And 1% on London Johannesburg. So how are Bitfield doing? Making a small loss so far. So let's see here. Like that, we'll copy that in. So overall, that looks actually pretty decent. We are close, very close to making a decent profit. Or, well, not a decent profit, but close to making a profit. The ad agency opens first 12, so I guess we'll wait for that a little bit. And we have an unknown airline here for this route. I don't understand who that could be. But oh well, doesn't really matter. So let's go to the bank here, I guess, and see if we can't try to get in a little bit more loan. Basically, I don't want to go bankrupt here. Our stock market value here have dropped. This is something that we'll probably get into later in the game as well. So you can actually take over the airlines by buying up their stock. Right, so we can't get another loan. That will basically mean that we can't do anything to the ad agency as well. Unfortunately, what we can do though is probably add in a few more flight attendants. Or at least we could look for them. Moderately talented, above average. We'll hire him since he were very cheap. Very highly gifted at 6k. That's actually pretty decent. So we'll be happy with that. And actually we made a profit there on one flight I saw. So image 1%, so that's actually very good here. We'll just skip that and basically we'll work that way for a while. So just making it go perfect, or well, just on balance here, and a small profit here on this London-Moscow flight. So fortunately these guys always stack up here a little bit like this, and it's actually kind of irritating, but all right, it's what it is. So image now up to 6% here, in capacity use 69%. So you should definitely think about upping the price here. So I think we'll go to the standard price. Hopefully we will still be able to make a profit here. So how is Potsdam doing? So it's a small profit here on that flight. And we'll copy that down. And how are we doing in terms of image and everything like that? Planes use 52%. That's definitely on the low side. But that's all right. And I said we can't loan anything, so we gotta make our routes profitable, which they certainly aren't now, since we're making that change. Brought our profit way down actually in upping the price, I guess, for Moscow, London. For some reason we are dropping here though, badly. So let's see here, actually we'll up this price as well to the standard price. And see if we can't get away with that. And we'll copy like that. And for Bitterfield, we're making a small profit now. Sort of. So let's see like that. We'll back out of that and go to London, Moscow. Planes use 59%, yeah. So we'll actually try and follow the standard price here, just follow it along for whatever it might be. Yeah, and things don't seem to go that well, since we are now 500k in the red. And we got a sabotage against us, which is also of course not nice. I don't quite understand how we are losing that much money though. This route seems to be pretty stable, London, Moscow. I guess it must be on the other route we are pretty much bleeding money. Capacity use went down a little bit there to 55%. But I guess it might be maintenance could be the trouble here. Standard class, we'll up that a little bit. Yeah, we're actually making a pretty hefty loss here on the London-Johannesburg route. Image is only 3%. Capacity use is 57% though. So actually don't understand how that can be a loss. But I guess it is. Well, it certainly is, since it's showing a loss. So how are we doing? We're still losing here.
Good morning.
So we're going to sort of just snap past this as said, and we'll see if I can get around to actually making a profit. Without making a profit here, we will be bust pretty soon. %, and 57 on the planes. And a small profit on that one. So they are taking like into consideration when the flights actually are. So like these night flights is quite possibly not the smartest move in the book, but yeah, kinda don't know how to do it elsewhere, so to say. Also, you don't see enough information here really, kind of would like to see more information regarding the flights, like for the whole last day or something like that. Yeah, it seems to me like the night flights from Johannesburg is not doing good at all. But we are, like, it seems like we are climbing steadily a little bit. We just need a little bit, really. So let's see here. Planes use 50%. Yeah, that's definitely too low, but yeah, we're losing too much money here on the Johannesburg-London route. Plane's capacity is going up though to 59%. So I think overall they are coming back to us. Yeah, very small loss there of only 30k. And sabotage it against 2 of our opponent airlines. So that's good, I guess. Yeah, and this night flight almost not making a loss, which is nice. And let's see here, image up to 5%, capacity use 58% on the planes there for Potsdam. Midfield actually making a pretty stable profit there, which is nice. So things are maybe finally starting to turn around here. For us, that would be nice. So standard flight price still going up here a little bit. So image for this route 12% and planes use 54%, so that's also pretty nice. So 931, yeah, that flight definitely not good. So I said I don't know if we're actually coming back from this. So let's see here. London, Moscow, you should be in here. There we go. So making a small profit. All of these guys, standard flight going down. Planes use 52%. The image is pretty darn good for all our routes, so that's nice. But we are not making enough money. Making a huge loss here on the night flight and a small loss on the day flight here. And capacity use here well too low. And let's tab through here. And let's see, 1.1 million. Oh, we actually, yay, I think we made a pretty stable profit that day. That is really nice. And you know what, guys, with that sort of cliffhanger, I think it's time to end this episode. So I hope you have enjoyed watching, and with that said, thanks so much for doing just that, and bye bye. You have been watching RawSlowGaming, and I hope you have enjoyed. On clicking on the video on the left, you will see the next video in this series, and on the right our latest upload to the channel. And with that said, thank you again for watching.